Well, Gareth, first of all, now that the dust has settled on the loss out in Belgium, how do you first of all reflect on the performance out in Brussels?
I think there's positives and negatives to take from the game, but I think the way we started the game was solid, but then the rest of the first half didn't play how we would like, and then I think the second half we showed how good we are again and what we're capable of doing. So positives to take from the game, things to learn from, and it can only help us going into the World Cup.
Once again, it's Wales within touching distance of a result, just the one goal in it. Do you guys sense as a team that Nations League win, it is coming? It's hopefully coming tomorrow night against Poland.
Yeah, definitely, and I think we've been a bit lucky during the campaign. We've said before the first 3 games are pretty much a write-off because we were focused so much on the Ukraine game, which was understandable, but unlucky not to maybe get something out of the game the other day. And like I said, we're competing against these big teams every game now, so we're not getting hammered 3 or 4 or 5-0. So we're always in the game. We're always within touching distance of a win or a draw. And it's a place where we want to be, and we need to take the next step now to try and draw and beat these teams.
Once again, in a place where there are key players missing. Obviously, the schedule this season is just crazy, and there was a time maybe where we would have been worried not having the key players, but when you look at the squad and the young players that we've got now, it's pretty incredible that they can step up against a team like Belgium and perform like they did, especially in that second half.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, we have a lot of pull-outs and some big players pull-outs. So it's a testament to what the manager's done, bringing youngsters through and the youngsters putting in some good performances. So it stands our squad, our national team in good stead, and that can only help in the future as well.
Saying that, good performances, but you need a good result, and you need one tomorrow night against Poland to stay in League A. How much of a priority is it for this team that you stay in this league and that you keep competing with the best in the world?
Yeah, of course we want to stay in League A. We would be silly to say not, but also we have to think of preparation for the World Cup too. So there's not everything on this game. It's not all or nothing, but it's an important game, one that we want to win. We want to stay in League A to test ourselves against the best team. But also we have to be realistic and say that we haven't really focused on this Nations League well at all, because like we said, we had the Ukraine game, which obviously took importance. So it's a strange situation because we haven't been focused on the whole campaign, but tomorrow night we have a chance to stay in the league, and we'll be trying to do that.
Poland have had a bit of a mixed campaign in this Nations League, but they are a threat, and of course the main man, Lewandowski, how do you go about keeping someone like that quiet in Cardiff tomorrow night? Yeah,
just like what we do all the time, we work as a team, we have our game plan, we try and stick to it and put a good performance in. So we'll be no different tomorrow. Obviously we know he's a world-class player, but they have very good players in their whole team. So just the same approach from us, concentrate on ourselves, and hopefully that's enough.
We've talked about the young players performing. Brennan Johnson is the one that comes to mind from his performance on Thursday. You've overseen the change in this team and the youngsters coming through, and any one of those players now are capable of performing, of creating a moment of magic on the pitch. Does that make you feel good when eventually we have to cope with life after Bale, that this team, it's in pretty good hands, isn't it?
Yeah, no, like we've said, there's a lot of youngsters coming through and playing well for their clubs, and now starting to play well for Wales. So the country's in good hands for the future when eventually a few of us oldies retire, and that was always the plan. I think it's our job, our responsibility as senior players to help the youngsters, to teach them what we're about with Wales, and we feel like we've done that well, and we're in a good period at the moment, and we have still a few miles left in the legs, but like I said, the future's in strong hands with the youngsters, and they'll have the same responsibility when they get to our age as well to hand that down, and that's the kind of philosophy we want to create here, and that's kind of been our long-term goal.
Finally, Gareth, last home game before you're on the plane on the way to Qatar. A win tomorrow night, that would be quite a nice little farewell present to the fans.
Yeah, for sure, and like I said, it's going to be important to do our preparation for the World Cup as well, and yeah, hopefully we can get the win to send ourselves off on a nice note and a bit more confidence.
Diolch Gareth. Thank you.